Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So I'm about to just preface this video. So what ended up happening is I finished the Newts, but I was really sucky at vlogging last week because it was just not my week. So I'm just gonna put these two little clips in front of my wrap up for the Newts. So, with that being said, please enjoy my catastrophe of a vlog slash Newts wrap up. So, enjoy. So today is going to be the start of my week 4 or final week of the Newts Magical Readathon. So I made another adjustment to my Newts TBR because this week has been so incredibly hectic. I am exhausted. It is Thursday and I'm just now starting this vlog. It is 6:45 p.m. And I wanted to be able to complete my Newts without forcing myself to complete or read books this week. So I did make another adjustment to my TBR, and that would be for the completing my acceptable in herbology, which was read an audiobook, and I went ahead and listened to It's Not What It Looks Like by Molly Burke. If you don't know who she is a motivational speaker, and she is also a YouTuber, and she's amazing. So I went ahead and listened to her book, and it was pretty good. I loved it. Just hearing her story and what she has gone through is just inspiring, so I'm really happy I listened to that. And that means I really only have one book left, and that is Saga Volume 4. And I hopefully will finish that by tomorrow, because I believe tomorrow is the last day of the month. Or no, Saturday's the last day of the month. So I have 2 days to finish Saga Volume 4, which I am most likely going to finish, but Lord only knows I've been so crazy busy this month, or this week. So anyway, y'all, I don't want to keep y'all's time any much longer, but I did want to let you know that a book haul will be coming. I did just receive my book outlet box, so I will be filming that here shortly, and I will be editing my other vlog because that is already 2 days late. So anyway, you guys, I just wanted to keep y'all posted with everything that was going on this week, and the fact that I'm actually doing a final vlog for this month is like crazy because it's just been so incredibly busy. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get going. I need to film this book haul, and then I'm gonna relax for the rest of the night because I don't know if you can tell, I am incredibly exhausted and I just want to lay down. So I'm gonna get this video edited, or video filmed and ready to go, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Hey guys, so it is now Monday, September 2nd, which means the Newts has ended. And I was a terrible vlogger this week. I was just so busy with the work, and then this weekend I had one of my friends come in to town from Houston, so I ended up spending the weekend with her. So I didn't vlog, and I did not do some things that I said I was gonna do, but I am gonna be doing a lot of pre-filming today. So I am planning on filming at least 3 videos today so I can have them all edited before they need to be uploaded. But I wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update of what's been going on. So I have everything set up. I am going to be doing some fun videos today, and I need to get everything edited and uploaded. So with that being said, I'm just going to include this clip in with the wrap up. So let's just go ahead and get right into that. Today we are going to be doing the Newts wrap up, or my August wrap up, and this month has been actually pretty good. I didn't think I was going to do really well with this whole Newts readathon, but I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with myself. So for my Newts, I actually picked the occupation of the Aura, I don't really know how people say this, but that included reading about 5 books, so I'm actually really proud of myself. because I did get to 8 books. I did not get the 9 books total, but I did get to 8 books, so I was really happy with that. It's probably the most I've read in a month in a long time, and that's not including the random Kindle books that I've read along with the books for the Newts. So all in all, I'm pretty sure I've read about 10 to 12 books this month, which I'm totally okay with. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this wrap up. So what happened was I had to get an O, which is outstanding in Defense Against the Dark Arts, and that included A, which was read a book that had black under the dust jacket. And for that one, you guys, I completed Kingdom of Ash, and this is Black Under the Dust Jacket. I really loved this conclusion of the Throne of Glass series. It was probably one of my favorite books out of the whole series, and I think it wrapped up the whole series pretty awesome. They left it open if they wanted to, like, you know, start a book series, or if Sarah wanted to start a book series about different characters, she totally could have done that. So I'm hoping I get more from this world, but this was a really good, satisfying conclusion to the whole Throne of Glass series, and I'm really glad that I read this. The next thing that we needed to have for Defense Against the Dark Arts was getting an E, which is Exceeding Expectations, and that is Gilderoy's Memory Charm, Grab a Pen, first book that you remember just now from your TBR. For me, you guys, oh my lord, that book was Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. This book I finished in like 2 days. I read about 100 pages one day, and then the very next day I finished the book, but I stayed up until like 2 in the morning finishing this book. It was just so, it just gripped my attention. It was so good, and I absolutely loved it. And I will definitely be reading the next book in this series. I just haven't gotten it yet, so we're just gonna wait a little while longer. It is free on Kindle Unlimited, so probably go ahead and read it on Kindle Unlimited, but for now, we're just gonna hold off until I do decide to read that. So this was absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend this to anybody who is a fan of Colleen Hoover. And then in order to complete my Defense Against the Dark Arts, I had to get an outstanding, and that was Gornish Pixie, Swatted Away with a book written by an English author or set in England. For me, this was a double whammy because it is an English author and it was taking place in England, and that is Revived by Samantha Toll. I loved this book. This was the second book in the Rev series, and I just am so glad that I read this. It was so good. A little graphic for some of the younger audience, but it was really good. I highly recommend anything Samantha Toll writes. Just her stories that she writes are just so gripping, and I have a hard time putting the books down at night, but I absolutely love this book, and I can't wait for her new book that's coming out on Friday next week on September 6th. So I can't wait. I'm really excited. Alright, so with the completion of that, I could move on to Charms, and I needed to get an Exceeding Expectation in Charms, and that is where I kind of failed a little bit. So to get an acceptable in Charms, it was read a book that you think has a gorgeous cover, and for that I used a Kindle book that I read, and that was Damiano DeLuca. Really enjoyed that book. It was kind of like a mob romance type book. Absolutely loved it. And I'll leave the cover art over here so you can see who actually wrote it. I think it's Parker Huntington, but it was so good. Loved it. And the definition of a gorgeous cover is a gorgeous man on the cover. So that that hit me. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then in order to get an E in in Charms, which was Exceeding Expectations, is read a comic or graphic novel. I picked Saga Volume 4. I never got to it. This last week was just so busy with my life that I didn't actually get to this. I actually had to change up another part of my original TBR to actually complete another thing for my Newts, but I didn't actually read this, and I don't know if I ever will now. So I don't know if this is something that I will unhaul because I have the first 4 volumes and I'm just not a fan. Like, it doesn't grip my attention. So this series is kind of iffy for me. But this was the one challenge that I didn't get to, and I was kind of upset with myself because I literally had 1 book left and I just couldn't get to it. I ran out of time. So I'm sad, but at the same time, I still did really well with the rest of my Newts. So anyway, we're going to move on. So I needed to get an E in potions, and that was, I had to read, I had to get an A first, which was acceptable, which was Polyjuice Potion, read your friend's favorite book. I think I got this one mixed up with read a friend's recommendation, which was for, I think it was for Ancient Runes. So I got those 2 mixed up, but it's not a big deal. I read a book that my friend recommended to me, and I really enjoyed it, and that was Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Really good book, really interesting. Heavy trigger warning for anybody who deals with addiction. That book is very heavy, and it is... it's a lot. It was kind of heavy on my heart for a little while. So it's a 5-book series. I read the first book, but I am holding off on reading the rest of the series. I'm going to try to break it up into a couple of weeks, so I'm not constantly reading something heavy. I'd rather like mix in something light with the heavy. So it's a really good series so far. I read the first book, highly enjoyed it, and that helped me with the rest of my Newts. So I was really happy with that. And then in order to get Exceeding Expectations in potions was to read a book with your cover of the Hogwarts house colors. And that was All the Way by Kristen Proby. Now this one was interesting. Like, I liked it. I didn't love this book. I think I ended up giving it a 3.5 star on Goodreads. It didn't grip me as much as the Fusion series by Kristen Proby did, but this one was okay. Yeah, but it was really short too. It was it was less than 300 pages, so I figured let's get rid of some of those shorter books that I have on my shelves. That way I can free up some room and put some more books on my shelves eventually, because I do have a book haul coming and I need a place to put these books. So this was really good, you guys. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just not what I was expecting coming from Kristen Proby, because I've only read her Fusion series before I read this one, and this one didn't grip me as much as I thought it was going to. So it kind of was a disappointment, but I did end up liking it. So that completed my Exceeding Expectations in potions. So that was really exciting. And then I needed to get an acceptable in herbology, which was Mandrake Quick, put your headphones on, listen to an audiobook. I originally had Renegades by Marissa Meyer as my audiobook pick, but I did end up changing that because I just ran out of time and I wanted to listen to something quickly. And I ended up listening to It's Not What It Looks Like by Molly Burke. And that was a little over a 3-hour audiobook on Audible. And it was really good, really interesting. I loved hearing about Molly Burke's experiences with her blindness, and just the things that she does every day that we take for granted is just so, inspiring to us to see how she does things differently. And so I ended up listening to that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, helped me finish my herbology credit, because, I've pretty much changed everything on this TBR except for like 3 things, but that's fine. And then the last thing that I needed to do in order to complete my Newts was to get an A in Transfiguration, which was read an LGBTQ plus representation book. And that was King Cobra and Mustang Sally. Now this was a bind up, but it was 2 separate books. So I did end up completing 2 books for that challenge, and it was really interesting. I put a review up so you can go check that out. I'll leave it in the description below. So yeah, I did as much as I could with my newts. I just missed one, which I am happy with, okay? I'm not upset about it. I probably could have done a little bit more to complete my newts or to read the actual books that I said I was going to read for the newts, but that just didn't end up happening. So with that being said, you guys, this has been my wrap up for August and my wrap up for the Newts readathon. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys completed during your Newts. If you even participated in the Newts, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!